Howdy, folks. It's rjhelms here with some more Capitalism Lab. This is, I believe, episode 10 of this series and the third episode in the real estate scenario. And we're doing pretty well so far. If we look at our goal progress here, we've kept dominance, but we'll see how that works for us. There's another couple companies making a good play at it, so we're there now, but I won't be so easy to keep it. We are half of the way to our profit goal and just over 15% of the way to our revenue goal, and we're only a tenth of the way through the total scenario, so that's pretty cool. For our return to equity, we are up at twice what we need to be, and these two parts of the sub-goal are just stations on the way to the main goal, so if we can keep that return on equity up nice and high, we'll just make that as a matter of course. And for the market capitalization of $2 billion, we're getting there. We're on our way. I don't think that'll be a problem. To have a company with $1 billion in revenue a year, a market cap like that is not so difficult. If you look at our company, we've got mostly commercial blocks is our real breadwinner so far. We've started to diversify. Into. I did not mean to do that. Into manufacturing. Especially in the last episode, we've got our expertise in the sports equipment category, and so we've made golf clubs, backpacks, and inline skates. Actually, this inline skates production, I can bring up my price a little bit. And I think I need some training here. So let's just get the time running. I had it on pause, and you are being trained, and this one's doing fine. I am making polyester here as well as backpacks, which took a little bit of jiggery poker to get set up. I believe there's one more good in the... Where is it? There we go. In the sports goods category. So let's see what that is. Nope, it's just the three. Okay, I wasn't sure about that. And we have a bit of a retail empire. Well, empire. I believe it's one retail store in each city that is selling all of these goods. I'm getting squeezed out for backpacks by in a big bad way. By the overseas competitor there. Oh, this bottleneck is my purchasing units. No, it's not. Sorry. For the backpack, it's my purchasing unit, but for the other goods, it is actually my manufacturing capacity, and I just dealt with that. So, we've got plenty of cash on hand. One thing I want to do, if I go to the corporate details, is see who is on my tail as far as the real estate market. You're third. Whoever's in second is probably hanging around... Yeah, this guy. Gridworks is hanging around 30% of the market. And that's, one thing that we could do is actually see if it's worth... let's put some money into investing in them. I can buy a decent enough share of the company. Let's spend $20 million on their shares. Because one way that I could ensure that I stay dominant in the real estate sector is actually by trying to snap up my competitors. I'm not sure that's necessarily the best strategy, but it's worth something to play at for sure. Something I'm seeing here is that demand for housing, just to refresh my memory, positive value means that housing demand is greater than, the supply is greater than demand, but this is falling. So I think some housing in Copenhagen might be a good strategy. Do I own any? I've got my commercial building, which is nice and full. Now I've just got 2 commercial buildings, both of which are making good high returns. So maybe putting in an apartment block. That's one day I'll learn these shortcuts. Yeah, like if I issue just a couple few shares, I can afford a good apartment block here. Not one that big. No, it's still just the small one. And I'll get that guy in market red mode. Yeah, my supply silver necklace is stopped. Yeah, this is one thing I was talking about doing in the last game is share air conditioners is getting maybe hiring somebody to manage my firms for me. My real estate firms, because I'm not terribly interested in it, to be honest, in this scenario. My real goal here is to play at the strategy of sort of manage my retail firms. So I'm really interested in playing at the strategy of the realty game. I just hooked that up. Oh, that's annoying. For because I don't want to really spend my time doing things like this. So let's tour through our firms and see how we're doing. Oh, are you serious? What are you doing? Okay, I'm not going to sell your bloody air conditioners. I will sell this bath lotion, sure. So that's doing fine. This place is doing great. That's doing pretty well. 92% occupancy. I'm going to bring that down a percentage. Just kind of tune if they're hanging around 100%, I can bring that up a little bit. If they're hanging around, below, I should maybe bring it down. That's turning down a little bit, so I'll leave it. Those I'll leave. Okay, this guy's new enough that it's still kind of settling in, but at 87, so I'll bring that down a couple points. Yeah, money is pouring in, which is really, really excellent. You guys are too new to really tell. But these are both in the point of profitability. Yeah, see, these guys are hanging around in the low 80s for occupancy. All right, I'm back around again. Perfect. Okay, let's see what we want to do as far as possibly if there's any cities that are screaming for expansion of anything. I feel like an office block in Melbourne could be a profitable choice. Commercial building. Maybe choose one of these smaller ones and just tuck it in right there. Set it to market rent. Let's look at our factories again. They are all in Harbin. And in particular, this golf club factory, because this is a medium factory, possibly even a small factory. And I think that is a bit of a mistake. I think it's too small. So I'm going to switch this over. I'm going to build a large one, also making golf clubs. And do the warehouse thing. So yeah, you can set up my links. I don't really care where they come from. Just pick the best ones. I'm just double checking that I realize I made that choice to build a new one without checking what my bottlenecks were. But it actually is the capacity of this factory. And here I'll create a warehouse. I'll create a large one. Let's issue some more shares to raise about $10 million to give me some capital to do that. I'll have 2 inputs, a whole bunch of storage, and an output. That should do. And you'll be only for me. The 2 golf club factories, you'll be named Golf Club Warehouse. And I'm going to go to my retail firms and switch that over. We've done this before. Golf Club Warehouse. Golf Club Warehouse. I can batch switch this, I just realized. It was not necessary to be doing that way, but with only 4 stores, it's not so terrible. And we'll just wait for this to hopefully build up some inventory. Oh, I've got a cat here. Hey, kitty. Trying to climb over my computer. I can actually set these both the same price, 36. The warehouse won't be internal sale, but charging 36, close enough. Okay, some people are getting on board with this, which is great. It doesn't look like I need to do that with any of my other goods just yet. So that is good news. All right, let's do another little tour. You're at 87%, so I'll bring your price down a bit. Page up and page down, cycled through these, but they're not working. 88%, so sure, you can come down a bit. Oh, that bath lotion is pretty profitable. But these backpacks, they're just not good enough. No, I'm way behind and I'm not winning on price. Which I think is actually just... Why is that the case? They don't actually cost that much. Yeah, they only cost $11, so I'm actually just trying to make a profit on an older price because these aren't moving. So that was a mistake on my part. That should go better for us. It's going to show me making a loss, but this... yeah, this price will fall as the stock in my sales unit moves out. Okay, so keep this moving. You can come down a little bit. What's going on with the dolls? I'm getting undercut. You can come down just a touch. You can come down a little touch, but 20% return, that's amazing. I'll bring you down just a single point. Bring you down a point or two. I'll bring you down a point. And back off the trading on this a little bit. No, I think you're fine. Oh, my research is almost done, which is excellent. Back you off another point. You're fine. Yeah, I'm doing okay on the backpacks. The polyester is not much of a moneymaker, but that's fine. You're still settling in, you're still settling in, you're still settling in. You're right up into profitability. That's the one I just built, so that was a good call. My new factory. I'm going to put some training on it. And my warehouse is just building up the tiniest bit of inventory. Well, not really, actually, in any appreciable sense. All right, the cities. Oh, office block in Harbin seems like a good choice. I got tons of money, so I can build a big one. If I can find the available land for a big one. Or I can build 2 smaller ones. Yeah, let's do that. 1 and 2. I don't know where I got into that from. How's my R&D doing? It's got to be almost finished. Yes. Great. Huh. These ones are lower quality. That's these ones, eh? Your quality 26. Your quality 36. Who am I buying? Is it my source of steel that's different? Yes. Okay. The steel from the seaport is much better. That's going to make a difference. Not an end of the world difference, but I don't want to compromise my quality unnecessarily. Camcorders are coming out. And things are doing pretty good. Let's see how Gridworks is doing. Their stock is holding pretty steady. They've been issuing shares, it looks like crazy, which puts them in a good position to be bought out. Yeah, still hanging out in second place. So I'm always a bit confused as to how this happens, because they've got 52 buildings. And I've got, I guess it's by profit, right? Or by revenue. And I've got 18. So something must not be working out so well for them. I mean, they're obviously profitable. Yeah, but I'll buy up 5% more of the company. I've got 100 years to play here, right? So. And who was the number 3 company? Maybe we should make a play towards them too. I'd seen them. Magnet Corp. Yeah, it would cost me. I mean, we're talking huge amounts of money here, but why not put a bit of money into them? Okay, and I think this is a good place to wrap up the this episode. I've been going a bit long on some of these, so I'm going to try to keep them a bit shorter. But we're well on our way still. We've been making good progress, keeping up our dominance, growing our profit and our revenue kind of apace, with a way better operating ratio than the scenario actually wants us to have or needs us to have. So I think in the next episode, I might look at expanding the retail operation and our manufacturing operation, because that's really going to be the, I think, the engine of our expansion. It's keeping up dominance. We've been hanging out at around 37% for this whole scenario of the real estate market, which is pretty great. It doesn't seem to be too hard to keep that up, but I think the best way to keep up the capital to really get into a fight in the real estate market, if it comes down to it, and to make some really aggressive plays, is to be diversified. So I think in the next episode, we'll look at expanding those operations, go into some other sectors of manufacturing, maybe buy up some technologies, and expand our retail, and probably get that headquarters in place and hire someone to run the retail operation. With our operating ratio as good as it is, compared to what the scenario wants from us, we definitely do have the cash flow to throw into some executives to run the company for us. We'll get into that next time. So until then, this has been Capitalism Lab with the Real Estate Mogul scenario. I've been rjhelms. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.